The chamber is open and full of whispers.
November 1st, 1981. Night has fallen. Remus Lupin stands outside number 4, Privet Drive. He holds a baby, 15 months old, messy black hair, a lightning bolt scar on his forehead, green eyes closed in exhausted sleep. Harry Potter. Dumbledore has just left. Moments ago, the old wizard disapparated after placing blood wards on the house. Remus feels them settle. Ancient magic. Lily's sacrifice binding to her sister's blood. But his instincts scream wrong. Everything about this is wrong. He looks at the house. Ordinary, suburban, suffocatingly normal. The Dursleys inside don't know he's here. Don't know what's coming. Vernon Dursley hates magic. Petunia fears it. This baby represents everything they despise. Remus remembers James's voice, years ago, making him promise, if anything happens, Padfoot's the godfather. But Moony, you're the moral compass. You'll know what's right. This isn't right. Remus makes a decision. He turns on the spot, apparates. The crack echoes in the quiet street. He appears outside a modest house in a Muggle neighborhood. Lights are on inside, warm, welcoming. Remus walks to the door, shifts Harry to one arm, knocks. The door opens. A woman stands there. Mid-30s, dark hair, aristocratic features softened by kindness. Andromeda Tonks. She stares at Remus, then at the baby in his arms. Remus Lupin, what are you doing here? James and Lily's son. Andromeda's hand goes to her mouth. I heard. The attack. Voldemort. James and Lily are dead, yes. And serious? Remus's face hardens. In Azkaban, he betrayed them. He was their secret keeper. He gave Voldemort their location. Andromeda shakes her head slowly. I don't believe that. It's true. Peter Pettigrew tried to stop him. Sirius killed Peter. Killed 12 Muggles. He's gone mad. Sirius Black wouldn't betray James Potter. I know my cousin. I know his loyalty. Silence. Then a man appears behind Andromeda. Tall, graying hair. Kind eyes. Ted Tonks. Who's at the door, Andromeda? Remus Lupin, with a baby. Ted looks at Harry. Understanding dawns. Potter's son. Dumbledore placed him with Lily's sister. Remus says. The Dursleys. Petunia Dursley. She hates magic. Her husband is worse. They'll make Harry's life miserable. Then why did Dumbledore? Blood wards. Lily's protection. It requires family. Blood relation. Come in. We'll discuss this properly. Remus enters. The house is warm, cozy. A child's drawing hangs on the wall. Crude, but cheerful. Where's Nymphadora? Remus asks. Asleep. It's past midnight. She's 8 years old. Ted closes the door. They move to the sitting room. Remus sits. Harry stirs but doesn't wake. Andromeda sits across from him. Tell me everything. Remus does. The prophecy, Voldemort targeting the Potters, the Fidelius charm, Sirius as secret keeper, the betrayal, the attack on Godric's Hollow, Lily's sacrifice, Voldemort's destruction, Harry surviving. And now Dumbledore wants this child raised by Muggles who hate magic, Andromeda says. For his protection, there are other ways to protect a child. The blood wards are powerful, yes. Lily's sacrifice created protection tied to her blood. But Remus, I've studied the Black family grimoires. I know ancient magic. Blood wards can be adapted, not replicated exactly, but reimagined. The protection Lily gave Harry lives in his blood, in his very being. What Petunia's home would provide is an anchor point for that protection, a place where her blood relation renews it annually. But love-based protective magic can be anchored differently. Ted speaks. What are you saying? I'm saying we can create a different foundation, not Petunia's grudging blood relation, but a family who chooses him, chooses to love him. Blood magic works through sacrifice and love. Lily proved that. If we adopt Harry with full intent and magical oath, if we anchor protective wards to this house through that bond, we create something different than what Dumbledore planned. Different mechanism, potentially different strength, but it can work. And even if the protection is somewhat diminished from Dumbledore's ideal, a loving home with adapted wards is better than a hateful home with perfect ones. A child can't thrive in misery no matter how safe the walls. Remus looks at Harry. You're certain this would work? Not certain. But I'm willing to try. The intent matters as much as the blood. We'll make it work. And you came here because you're the only person I know who has the magical skill, the resources, and the heart to raise him properly. And because Remus's voice cracks. I can't do it alone. I'm a werewolf. The ministry would never allow it, but if you took him in, with Ted as his legal guardian, you want us to raise James Potter's son. I want to give Harry a family, a real family, not a prison. Ted and Andromeda exchange glances. A whole conversation in a look. Ted nods. Andromeda turns to Remus. There are conditions. You help raise him. A child needs consistency. Multiple guardians. And you need a pack, Remus. You can't keep running. I'm dangerous. Every month, the transformation will build a containment chamber. The basement. I'll ward it. Fidelius charm if necessary. Ted can be secret keeper. No one will know it exists. The Wolfsbane potion. I have contacts. Slughorn. Others will manage the expense. Remus looks at Harry. The baby has James's hair. Lily's eyes. The scar that marks him as the boy who lived. I can't let him grow up hated, not after everything James and Lily sacrificed. Then we do this together, Andromeda says. All of us. He can sleep there tonight. Tomorrow we'll make arrangements. Legal documents, guardianship papers. We'll say Andromeda is his godmother. Close family friend, better positioned to raise him than distant Muggle relatives. Dumbledore won't be pleased. Dumbledore doesn't get a vote. Andromeda says firmly, this is about what's right for Harry, not what's politically convenient. Footsteps on the stairs. A young girl appears in the doorway. 8 years old, brown hair, sleepy eyes. Mum, what's happening? Dora, go back to bed. But Nymphadora Tonks sees the baby. Walks closer, peers at Harry. Who's that? His name is Harry. He's going to live with us. Why? Because he needs a family. And we're going to be his family. Tonks reaches out, touches Harry's hand. The baby's fingers curl around hers instinctively. He's small. He's a baby. Will he stay? Yes. Good. I'll teach him things when he's bigger. Magic things. Andromeda smiles. I'm sure you will. Ted comes back downstairs. The room is ready. I'll take him. Remus carefully passes Harry to Ted. The baby whimpers but settles. Ted carries Harry upstairs. Andromeda looks at Remus. You're exhausted. When did you last sleep? I don't remember. There's a sofa, or we can prepare another room. The sofa is fine. Tomorrow we plan properly. The wards, the transformation chamber, the guardianship papers, everything. That's what matters. Tonks tugs on her mother's sleeve. Can I help with the baby? Tomorrow, Dora. Right now, bed. Trudges back upstairs. Andromeda turns back to Remus. She'll love having a little brother to boss around. He's not her brother. Not really. He will be. We'll make sure of it. December 1981. 3 weeks later, the basement transformation chamber is complete. Remus stands at the entrance. Heavy door, silver iron reinforced, runes carved into the frame, ancient Nordic symbols. The Fidelius charm is active, Andromeda explains. Ted is the secret keeper. The secret isn't the house's location, it's the basement's existence. Someone could search this house from top to bottom and never find the entrance. And the containment? The runes activate on full moon nights. They create a magical cage. You won't be able to breach the door. The walls are reinforced. Soundproofing charms are layered. Muffliato maxima. The neighbors won't hear anything. Remus runs his hand over the runes. This must have cost. Don't. We're family now. This is what family does. Upstairs, Harry cries. Andromeda tilts her head. Feeding time. Come. You should learn this too. Harry is in a crib in what was once Ted's study. The room has been transformed, painted soft blue, toys on shelves, a mobile hanging above the crib, showing tiny broomsticks. Tonks is standing by the crib, poking her finger through the bars. Harry grabs it, giggles. He likes me, Tonks announces. Of course he does, Andromeda says. She picks up Harry. But he's hungry. You can play with him after. I want to feed him. You're too young. I'm 8. That's not too young. Andromeda smiles. Fine. Sit. Tonks sits in the rocking chair. Andromeda carefully places Harry in her arms, shows her how to hold the bottle, support his head. There. Good. Harry drinks, eyes fixed on Tonks's face. Tonks concentrates. Serious. Like she's performing the most important task in the world. Remus watches from the doorway. Something in his chest tightens. Family. He hasn't had a family since James, Sirius, and Peter. The Marauders. Gone now. Destroyed by betrayal. But maybe this is a second chance. Ted appears beside him. You all right? Probably not. But Harry does. That's what matters. I'll put him in danger every month. The wards will hold. And even if they didn't, we'd handle it. That's what you do for family. I'm not your family. You are now. Christmas Eve arrives. The Tonks house is decorated. A tree in the corner. Magical lights floating near the ceiling. Stockings hung by the fireplace. Harry sits in a baby seat, watching everything with wide green eyes. Tonks sits beside him, showing him a toy broomstick. When you're bigger, I'll teach you to fly. Mum won't let me have my own broom yet. Says I'm too young, but when I'm 11, I'll go to Hogwarts. And then I'll learn properly, and I'll teach you. Harry reaches for the broomstick. Tonks lets him have it. You're good with him, Andromeda observes. He's my little brother now. Mum said so. I said he's part of the family. That's different from... No, it's not. He lives here. You take care of him. That makes him my brother. Andromeda doesn't argue. Tonks is right anyway. Ted brings in hot chocolate, real chocolate, Muggle recipe. The smell fills the room. Remus sits by the fire, exhausted. The full moon was 3 days ago. He's still recovering, but he took wolfsbane for the first time. Slughorn provided it. Expensive, but effective. He retained his mind during the transformation. Sat in the basement chamber, aware, controlled. Not the monster. Next month will be easier, Andromeda had said. He hopes she's right. Ted hands him hot chocolate. Drink. You need the calories. Remus drinks. Warmth spreads through him. Tonks starts singing a Christmas carol, badly. Off-key, but enthusiastic. Harry claps his hands. Delighted, Andromeda joins in. Then Ted, then Remus. For the first time in months, Remus feels something other than grief. He feels hope. Summer 1985, 4 years have passed. The Tonks household has settled into routine. Harry is 4 years old. Small for his age, messy black hair that refuses to lie flat. Lily's green eyes, the scar barely visible under his fringe. He speaks well, reads picture books, follows Tonks everywhere like a duckling. Tonks is 12, about to start her second year at Hogwarts. Metamorph Magus abilities fully manifested. She changes her hair color constantly. Pink today, blue yesterday, green tomorrow. Remus teaches Harry about magical creatures, shows him illustrated books, points to pictures. This is a Kneazle, different from a cat. See the lion-like tail and the spots? Kneazles are intelligent. They can detect untrustworthy people. When you go to Hogwarts, that's forever. 7 years, not forever. Harry pouts, but accepts it. Andromeda enters the room. Remus, a word. What is this? A Muggle-born monitoring notice. Usually goes to Obliviators, but it came to me. Someone at the Ministry must have cross-referenced my black family clearance. They never formally revoked it after my disownment. What does it say? There's a child in Crawley, age 5. Accidental magic incident. Bookshelf collapse at a primary school. No injuries, but witnesses. The Ministry wants it memory modified and the child monitored. And you're telling me this because we could get there first. Before the Obliviators, we could offer the family an alternative. Remus stares at her. You want to recruit a Muggle-born child. Harry needs peers, other magical children, friends his own age. This child will attend Hogwarts in 6 years. We could prepare her, train her, give her the advantages Muggle-borns usually lack. Her, Hermione Granger, born September 19th, 1979, almost 6 years old, daughter of 2 dentists. No magical background. Nymphadora can do it. She's 12, close enough to pass for older with a glamour. We send her as a youth counselor, reveal the magical world gently, offer training during school breaks, with parental consent, which we'll obtain. Remus shakes his head. You're serious. Completely. Harry needs this, a companion. Someone who understands what he is. And frankly, so does this girl. Muggle-borns are isolated until they're 11. Accidents happen, they hurt themselves or others. We can prevent that by bringing her into our home, not permanently. Her parents would retain custody. We'd just provide supplemental education. You make it sound simple. It is simple. We help a child. We give Harry a friend. We create the foundation for a partnership that could last their entire lives. Remus looks at the letter again. Hermione Granger. When do we leave? I'll take Nymphadora. We'll handle this delicately. The next day, Crawley, suburban neighborhood. Andromeda and Tonks stand outside a modest house, well-maintained, tidy garden. Tonks looks older. A mild aging glamour, appears 16 or 17. Brown hair today. Professional. Remember what I told you, Andromeda says. Be gentle. Don't overwhelm them. This is an introduction, not an interrogation. I know, Mum. Andromeda knocks. A woman answers. 30s. Professional clothes. Intelligent eyes. Yes, Mrs. Granger? My name is Andromeda Tonks. This is my daughter Nymphadora. We're from the Ministry of Magic. May we come in? We're here to discuss your daughter, Hermione. Is she in trouble? No, quite the opposite. May we come in? This is a conversation better had in private. Emma hesitates, then steps aside. Dan, there are people here to see us about Hermione. A man appears, tall, glasses, dentist's hands. Dan Granger. They move to the sitting room. Hermione is upstairs. Her parents make her stay there. Andromeda sits. I understand you witnessed an unusual incident recently, at your daughter's school. The bookshelf, Emma says. It collapsed, right when some children were bullying Hermione. The teachers said it was structural failure, but you suspect otherwise. It was too convenient, too perfectly timed. Andromeda nods. Your daughter is a witch, Mrs. Granger, a very powerful one. What you witnessed was accidental magic. It happens to young magical children when they're emotional. They can't control it yet. Silence. Dan laughs. Nervous. This is a joke. Tonks raises her hand, changes her hair from brown to pink. Dan stops laughing. Magic is real. Andromeda continues. Your daughter has it. When she turns 11, she'll receive a letter inviting her to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. She'll learn to control her abilities. She'll be safe. This is insane, Emma whispers. I know it sounds impossible, but it's true. And we're here because there's a 6-year gap before Hermione enters formal education. During that time, Muggle-born children often feel isolated, frightened. They have more accidents, sometimes dangerous ones. What are you proposing? Dan asks. Early awareness training. We teach Hermione about magic, help her understand what's happening to her, prevent dangerous manifestations. Nothing formal, just visits during holidays and summers. She'd stay with her family, attend her regular school, but she'd also have contact with the magical world. Why would you do this? Because I remember what isolation feels like. My family disowned me for marrying a Muggle-born. I know what it's like to be rejected for what you are. I don't want that for your daughter. Emma looks at Dan. What do you think? I think this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. But I also think that bookshelf didn't collapse by accident, and if Hermione has something inside her that she can't control, then we need help. Emma finishes. Andromeda stands. Would you like to meet her? Your daughter? I can demonstrate. Show her that she's not alone. Emma calls upstairs. Hermione, come down, please. Footsteps. A girl appears. 5 years old. Almost 6, bushy brown hair. Wide brown eyes. A book clutched to her chest. She sees strangers. Stops. It's all right, sweetheart, Emma says. These people want to talk to you. Changes her hair from pink to purple to blue. Hermione's eyes widen. How did you do that? Magic. I'm a metamorph magus. I can change how I look. You're a witch. You can do magic too. Like the bookshelf? Exactly like the bookshelf. You made that happen because you were scared and angry. Your magic protected you. I can do that. You can. And we can teach you to control it. So it only happens when you want it to. Hermione looks at her parents. Is this real? Dan kneels. We think so, sweetheart. These people want to help you. Would you like that? Hermione nods. Yes. Andromeda smiles. Then let's talk specifics. Summer 1986. 1 year later. Hermione Granger steps out of the fireplace at the Tonks house. Green flames die behind her. Flue powder dusts her clothes. She's 6 years old. Almost 7. First time traveling by Flue. Emma and Dan insisted on Muggle transportation initially, but Flue is faster, safer. They agreed to try it. Hermione looks around. The Tonks sitting room. Magical photographs on the walls. A wireless playing music. Harry Potter appears in the doorway. 5 years old. just turned in July. Messy hair, green eyes, curious. He's been told about Hermione, another magical child. Coming to visit, he's been the only child here for 5 years. Not sure how he feels about sharing. Hi, Hermione says. I'm Hermione. I'm Harry. Awkward silence. Tonks appears. 13 now. 3rd year at Hogwarts finished. Summer break. She grins. Bright blue hair today. Right. You two. Outside, we're playing a game. What game? Harry asks. Stealth tag? What's that? I hide using my metamorph magus abilities. You two find me. Work together. If you're not working as a team, you'll never win. Hermione's eyes light up. That sounds brilliant. Harry frowns. I don't need help. I can find her myself. No, you can't. She's really good at hiding. So am I. Tonks laughs. All right, prove it. You get 10 minutes. Find me. She walks outside. Harry and Hermione follow. The Tonks back garden. Trees, bushes, a small shed. Starting now, Tonks says. Then she vanishes into the greenery. Harry immediately runs toward the shed. Hermione watches. We should plan. I don't need a plan, she said, to work together. You work together, I'll find her. Harry searches the shed. Nothing. Hermione scans the area, thinking, where would someone hide if they could change appearance? The tree, obvious hiding spot. But maybe too obvious, unless Tonks is disguised as something else. Hermione approaches the tree slowly, looks at the bark, the branches. A bird sits on a low branch, small, brown, but birds don't sit that still. Harry, Hermione calls quietly. I think I found her. Where? The bird. On the tree. It's not moving. Harry comes over, looks at the bird. That's just a bird. The bird changes, morphs, becomes Tonks, grinning. Wrong, it's me. Harry's mouth falls open. Hermione smiles. I knew it. You were too still. Tonks hops down. See? Hermione observed. Noticed something wrong. That's how you catch someone hiding. You look for what doesn't fit. You ran off alone. If you'd worked with Hermione, you'd have found me in 2 minutes instead of 10. I don't like working with people. Too bad. You're going to learn. Because that's what we do here. We work together. We're a team. Got it? Harry crosses his arms. Fine. Good. Again, this time I'll be harder to find. They play for an hour. Sometimes Harry and Hermione find Tonks, sometimes they don't. But slowly they start talking, coordinating. You check the shed, I'll check the bushes. She's not in the tree, I already looked. Maybe she's in the house. By the end of the hour, they're working together smoothly. Tonks watches them, pleased. Andromeda appears at the back door. Lunch. They go inside. Hermione and Harry sit beside each other. You're fast, Hermione says, when you run. You're smart when you look for things. Thank you. We could be friends. Maybe. I'd like that. Harry relaxes. Okay, friends. Remus enters, sees them sitting together, smiles. Andromeda whispers to him, this is going to work. You sound certain. I am. Look at them. Harry shows Hermione his picture books, points to creatures, names them. Hermione listens, asks questions. Harry answers. They're 6 and 5 years old, but already they're forming a bond. The years pass. Training intensifies. Summer 1987, Hermione has been visiting for 2 years now. Every major holiday, every summer break. 2 weeks minimum. Her parents agreed to extended visits after seeing how happy Hermione became. She's 7 now, almost 8. Advanced reader, devours books on magic even though she can't cast spells yet. Harry is 7, 6 months older, confident, active. Follows Remus everywhere asking about creatures. They're inseparable when she visits. Andromeda teaches them magical theory, not spells. They're too young for wands, but concepts. Magic isn't just waving a wand and saying words. It's intent, will, understanding. You shape reality by knowing what you want and believing you can achieve it. Hermione writes everything down, notes, diagrams. Harry listens, but prefers practical demonstrations. Tonks comes home from Hogwarts for summer, 14 now. 4th year finished. She's been thinking about becoming an Auror. I want to fight dark wizards, protect people. Mum says I'd be good at it because of my metamorph magus abilities. I could go undercover, disguise myself. That sounds dangerous, Hermione says. Everything worth doing is dangerous. They're in the back garden. Tonks has set up an obstacle course. Makeshift. Using garden furniture. All right. New game. Escape and evade. You two start at this end. Get to the other end without me catching you. I'll use magic to try and stop you. That's not fair, Harry says. We don't have wands. Life's not fair. Use what you have. Speed, strategy, teamwork. What do we have? Hermione asks. Your brains, your legs, each other. Go. She fires a stunning spell, harmless, set to just make a loud noise. Harry and Hermione run. They don't run straight. They split up. Force Tonks to choose. She chases Harry. He's faster. But Hermione circles behind, reaches the goal while Tonks is distracted. Smart, Tonks says. Distraction and misdirection. Good tactics. They run the course again and again. By the end of summer, they can evade Tonks more often than not. You're teaching them to be operatives, Remus observes one night. I'm teaching them to survive, Tonks replies. The world isn't safe. Voldemort might be gone, but his followers aren't. Death Eaters are still out there. And Harry is the boy who lived. That makes him a target. He's 7 years old. He'll be 11 eventually. And when he goes to Hogwarts, I want him ready, both of them. Ready for what? Whatever comes. Summer 1988. Physical conditioning begins. Harry is 8 years old. Hermione is 8, almost 9 in September. Remus takes them to the woods near the house. Early morning, dew on the grass. Physical conditioning, he says. You need stamina, speed, the ability to run when necessary. Why would we need to run, Harry asks. Because sometimes fighting isn't the answer. Sometimes survival means escape. Run. They run through the woods, following a path Remus marks. It's hard. They're 8. Their legs are short. Lungs burn. But Remus doesn't let them quit. Again, faster this time. They run until they can barely stand. Good. Now defensive stances. He shows them how to stand, weight balanced, hands up, ready to move. Magic battles aren't like Muggle fights. Spells travel. You need to dodge, weave, never stand still. Show me. He casts harmless sparks. They dodge. Clumsy at first, but improving. Hermione adapts quickly. Analytical. She watches the pattern, predicts where the next spark will be. Harry relies on instinct. Faster reactions. Less thought. Different approaches, both effective. After an hour, they collapse. Enough for today, Remus says. Well done. I thought you'd go easier on us, Harry gasps. Why would I do that? We're 8, and in 3 years you'll be at Hogwarts, where no one will go easy on you. We start now, so you're ready then. Tonks is home from Hogwarts. 15 now. 5th year finished. Owls completed. She's been accepted into advanced Auror preparation courses, starting next year, but this summer she's focused on Harry and Hermione. Stealth training, she announces. We're going to Diagon Alley. Why? Hermione asks. Because I'm going to disguise myself, multiple times. You two will spot me. This is observation training, learning to see what others miss. They take the Floo to the Leaky Cauldron, step into Diagon Alley. Crowded, shoppers everywhere, witches and wizards of all ages. I'll change 5 times, Tonks says. You have 1 hour to spot me each time. When you find me, say the code word, Phoenix. Don't shout it, just say it near me. I'll acknowledge and change again. Go. Harry and Hermione split up, then reconsider. Come back together, Hermione says. Cover more ground as a team. Agreed. Looking for anything unusual. A tall wizard with a beard, examining wands and Ollivanders. Tonks? No. Wrong posture. A young witch with red hair, buying ice cream. Could be Tonks. They approach. Phoenix, Harry says quietly. The witch turns. Tonks. Grins. Found me. That's one. She morphs, becomes an elderly wizard. Walks away. They find her 4 more times. Different disguises, different locations. By the end of the hour, they're good at spotting inconsistencies. Someone who looks nervous in a wand shop. They should be excited. That's surveillance behavior. Someone whose clothes don't quite fit their age. Probably a disguise. Tonks is impressed. You're learning. This isn't just about spotting me, it's about reading people. Situations. Threats. Are we in danger? Hermione asks. Not today, but knowledge is preparation, and preparation is survival. That night, Harry can't sleep. He goes downstairs, finds Remus in the sitting room, reading. "Can't sleep?" Remus asks. "Full moon is tomorrow." "I know." "Can I help?" Remus looks at him. "Help how? I don't know. Just be there. So you're not alone. Harry, the transformation chamber is sealed. You can't come in." "I know, but I could sit outside, read to you, like we do with bedtime stories. But for you," Remus is quiet, then nods. "All right, if you want to. I want to." The next night, full moon. Remus enters the basement transformation chamber. The wards activate, silver iron door seals. Harry sits outside, a book in his hands. The Tales of Beetle the Bard. He opens to the first story, begins to read. The Fountain of Fair Fortune, high on a hill in an enchanted garden. Inside the chamber, Remus hears. The wolfsbane potion has taken effect. He's aware. Conscious, the transformation begins. Painful, bones shifting, skin stretching. But Harry's voice continues, steady, calm. 3 witches, all stricken with grief. Doesn't attack the walls. It sits. Listens. Harry reads through the night. His voice never wavers. By dawn, the transformation reverses. Remus collapses, exhausted, but calmer than usual. The door unseals. Harry is still there, asleep against the wall, book in his lap. Remus picks him up, carries him to bed. Andromeda appears. "How was it?" "Better. Because of him. He loves you." "I know, and you love him." Remus nods. "Like he's my own son." Summer 1989. Advanced Theory and Wandless Magic. Harry and Hermione are 9. Almost 10. The curriculum expands. Andromeda teaches magical theory, advanced concepts. Transfiguration changes an object's form. Charms alter its properties. Curses damage or control. Each branch requires different mental approaches. Hermione absorbs everything, takes notes, asks questions. Harry listens but struggles with pure theory. He's more practical. "Can we try casting something?" he asks. "Not yet. You don't have wands. At 11, when you start Hogwarts. Before that, it's illegal. But we could practice without wands. Accidental magic. We've both done it." Andromeda considers. "True. Controlled wandless magic is advanced. But not impossible. We could attempt basic exercises. Imagine the object, what you want it to do. Believe it will happen, then release your magic." Hermione tries to levitate a feather. Concentrates hard, the feather trembles. Doesn't lift. Harry tries. The feather shoots across the room. Too much power. No control. They practice for weeks, slowly improving. By the end of summer, Hermione can levitate small objects consistently. Harry's control is erratic, but when it works, it's powerful. Different strengths, Andromeda tells Remus. Hermione has precision. Harry has raw power. Together, they balance. Winter 1990. Dark magic awareness. Harry is 10. Hermione is 10. Tonks has graduated Hogwarts. Entered Auror Academy. Full training program. She comes home during breaks. Shares what she's learning. Identifying cursed objects. Symptoms to watch for. Dark magic leaves traces. Residue. You can feel it if you know what to look for. She shows them a practice object. A necklace with a minor hex. "Hold it. Tell me what you feel." Hermione holds it. "It's cold. Colder than it should be. And it makes me uneasy." "Good. That's the dark magic. Your instincts recognize danger even if your mind doesn't. Always trust that feeling." Harry holds it. It feels wrong. Like it wants to hurt someone. Dark objects have intent. They're designed to harm. Never touch something that feels like this unless you know how to handle it. She teaches them about the unforgivable curses. How to recognize someone under Imperius. Their eyes go dead, flat. They respond but don't react. No emotion, no personality. If someone you know acts like that, assume Imperius. Keep your distance. "Get help. Can we resist it?" Hermione asks. Strong-willed people can. It requires knowing yourself. Trusting your own mind over the command. It's advanced. But we'll work on it. They're sitting in the Tonks garden, stars overhead. Quiet. "Why me?" she says. "Why did you choose to bring me here?" Andromeda sits beside her. "What do you mean? Other magical kids who need help. Why did you pick me?" Remus joins them. "Because we had space in our family, and you needed us." "That's not a real answer." Andromeda smiles. "You're right. It's not. The truth is, we were looking for someone for Harry. a friend, a partner, someone who could match his strength with her own. When we found you, we knew you were special. Your magic is strong, your mind is brilliant, but more than that, you were alone. Just like Harry, just like all of us were at some point. I wasn't alone, I have parents. You were alone in magic, in understanding what you are. That loneliness is dangerous. We know, we've all felt it. Hermione is quiet, then says, I'm glad you found me. Summer 1991, the final summer before Hogwarts. Harry and Hermione are 11. Their letters will arrive in a few weeks. Tonks has completed her first year of Auror training, 18 years old now. Confident, skilled. She runs a boot camp. You're going to Hogwarts. It's not safe. Don't believe anyone who tells you it is. Quirrell teaching defense this year is incompetent at best, compromised at worst. The castle is full of secrets, hidden dangers, and people with agendas. You need to be ready. Shows them the portkeys Andromeda created. Small coins. Enchanted. If you're in danger, touch this and say home. It'll bring you here instantly. Keep it on you always. Hidden. Don't tell anyone about it. She teaches them how to recognize dark artifacts, how to spot lies, how to watch for threats. Never trust blindly. Verify everything. Question everyone. Not out of paranoia, out of caution. Remus teaches them creature lore, advanced topics. Dementors are the darkest creatures you'll likely encounter. They feed on happiness, leave you with your worst memories. The only defense is the Patronus charm. Can we learn it? Harry asks. Not yet. It requires a wand. But you can learn the theory. Prepare mentally. When you're ready, I'll teach you properly. Hermione asks about the Patronus form. How does it choose what animal to become? It reflects your core self, your personality, your strengths. You won't know until you cast it. September 1st, platform 9 3/4. The Hogwarts Express waits. Red, gleaming, steam rising. Remus stands with Harry and Hermione, Tonks beside him. Andromeda and Ted nearby. They've said their goodbyes at home. This is just the send-off. Remus hands Harry a small mirror shard, hands Hermione an identical one. Two-way communication. If you need us, call. We'll answer. We'll come if necessary. Hermione hugs Remus, then Andromeda, then Tonks. You're ready, Tonks says. Both of you, remember everything we taught you. Watch each other's backs. Stay together. We will, Hermione promises. Harry hugs Remus last. I'll miss the full moon readings. I'll miss them too. But you'll be home for Christmas. We'll continue then. The train whistle blows. They board. Find a compartment. Sit together. The train pulls away. They wave. Remus watches until the train disappears. They're going to be fine, Andromeda says. I know, but I'll worry anyway. September 1st, 1991. The Hogwarts Express. Harry and Hermione sit in their compartment. The train rolls through the countryside. Green fields, villages, mountains in the distance. Other students pass by, peering through the glass, whispering, Is that Harry Potter? The scar. Look at the scar. Who's the girl? Harry ignores them. He's been taught to ignore attention. Don't engage. Don't encourage. Hermione pulls out a book. Hogwarts, a history. She's read it 3 times already, but she reads it again. Nervous? Harry asks. A bit. You? No. We've been preparing for this our whole lives. That doesn't mean it won't be challenging. I know, but we're ready. The compartment door slides open. A boy stands there. Red hair, freckles, thin, hand-me-down robes. Can I sit? Everywhere else is full. Harry nods. Sure. The boy enters, sits across from them. I'm Ron. Ron Weasley. Harry Potter. This is Hermione Granger. Potter? Really? You're Harry Potter? Blimey. Do you really have the scar? Harry pushes his fringe back. Shows the lightning bolt. Ron stares. Wicked. Hermione doesn't look up from her book. Ron shifts his attention to her. What are you reading? Hogwarts, a history. Sounds boring. It's essential information about the castle's defenses, wards, and historical significance. Ron doesn't sound convinced. They sit in silence. Ron pulls out a sandwich, offers to share. Harry declines politely. So where are you from? Ron asks. I grew up with the Tonks family, Harry says, carefully. The cover story they prepared. After my parents died, family friends took me in. not your relatives. Most of them have already been through Hogwarts. Bill and Charlie graduated. Percy's a prefect. Fred and George are third years. Ginny's my little sister. She starts next year. Large family, Hermione observes. Yeah, loud too. You got siblings? No, just me. What about you? Ron looks at Harry. Hermione and I grew up together, sort of like siblings. Ron looks between them. Oh, so you're together? We're friends, Hermione says flatly, still not looking up from her book. Right, friends. Ron buys chocolate frogs. Harry buys some as well, shares with Hermione. They eat in silence. Ron tries to make conversation. What house do you think you'll be in? Gryffindor, Harry says. Probably. My parents were Gryffindor. Mine too. Whole family, I'll probably end up there. What about you? Ron asks Hermione. Gryffindor or Ravenclaw, either would be acceptable. I have preferences. But the Sorting Hat makes the final decision based on personality and aptitude. You know a lot. I read. They talk about Quidditch. Ron is enthusiastic. Harry is interested but cautious. He's flown before. Remus taught him basic broomstick handling at age 8. But he doesn't mention that. The train journey continues. Hours pass. Ron eventually falls asleep. Snoring lightly, Hermione closes her book, looks at Harry. He seems nice. He does. A bit immature. He's 11. So are we. We're different. Harry knows what she means. They've been trained, prepared, shaped into something more than typical children. Ron Weasley is normal, ordinary, unprepared. We can't tell him, Harry says quietly, about our training, about Tonks. Any of it, I know. He seems like he could be a friend. Maybe, but we stay careful. Harry nods. They've been taught this. Trust slowly, verify always. Friends are valuable but can also be liabilities. The train slows. Hogwarts is close. Ron wakes up. Are we there? Almost. They change into their robes. Black, plain, first years. The train stops. They disembark. A giant man stands on the platform, massive, beetle-black eyes, wild hair and beard. Furs years over here. Hagrid, keeper of keys and grounds. Remus mentioned him. Friend of Dumbledore, trustworthy but indiscreet. They follow Hagrid to boats. 4 students per boat. Harry and Hermione share with Ron and another boy. Neville Longbottom, nervous. Round-faced, keeps losing his toad. The boats cross the lake. The castle appears. Massive, lit from within. Turrets reaching toward the stars. Hermione stares. It's exactly like the book described. Harry scans for vulnerabilities. Old castle, ancient wards. Probably layers of protective enchantments, but also centuries of secrets. Hidden passages, weaknesses. Tonks told him, every fortress has cracks. Find them. They reach the castle, enter through massive doors. Professor McGonagall meets them. Stern, precise, tartan robes, tight bun. She explains the sorting, the houses, the importance of unity. Harry listens, but he's already memorized this. Andromeda taught him 2 years ago. McGonagall leads them to the great hall. The ceiling is enchanted, shows the night sky, stars, moon, clouds drifting. 4 long tables, 1 for each house, students already seated. Watching, the Sorting Hat sits on a stool, old, patched, sentient. It sings, a new song each year. This one is about the houses and their qualities. The song ends. Applause. McGonagall begins calling names. Abbott, Hannah, Hufflepuff. More names, more sortings. Granger, Hermione walks forward. Calm, confident, sits on the stool. The hat settles on her head. Harry can't hear what it says to her, but he knows Hermione, she'll argue for Gryffindor, to stay with him. 30 seconds pass. Gryffindor. Hermione stands. Walks to the Gryffindor table. Sits. Looks back at Harry. Smiles slightly. More names. Longbottom, Neville, Gryffindor, Malfoy, Draco, Slytherin, Potter, Harry. The hall goes silent. Every eye on him. Harry walks forward, sits. The hat descends. It speaks in his mind. Ah, Harry Potter. Difficult, very difficult. You say that to everyone, only to those who could fit multiple houses. You have courage, No question, Gryffindor would suit you. That's where I want to be. But you also have cunning, ambition. Slytherin could make you great. My parents were Gryffindor. My family is Gryffindor. That's where I belong. Your family? The people who raised me, taught me, prepared me. They value courage and loyalty. So do I. You've been trained. I can sense it. Shaped. Molded. Unusual for one so young. Is that a problem? No. Just interesting. Very well. If you're certain I am, then better be Gryffindor. The hall erupts. Applause. Cheers from the Gryffindor table. Harry stands. Walks to the table. Sits beside Hermione, she whispers. What did it say? So did I. They share a look. They both could have been Slytherin. Ambitious. Cunning. Trained. But they chose Gryffindor. Together. The sorting continues. Weasley, Ronald, Gryffindor. Ron grins. Joins them at the table. Sits across from Harry. We made it. Same house. Harry nods. Congratulations. Dumbledore stands. Ancient, beard to his waist. Half-moon spectacles. Eyes that twinkle. Welcome to another year at Hogwarts. Before we begin the feast, a few words. Nitwit, blubber, oddment, tweak, thank you. He sits, food appears on the tables, magical, instantaneous. Ron fills his plate. Enthusiastic. This is brilliant. Harry and Hermione eat more carefully, watching, observing. The teachers at the head table. Dumbledore in the center, McGonagall beside him. Snape, dark, greasy hair, scowling, Flitwick, tiny, perched on a stack of books. And Quirrell, defense against the dark arts professor, turban wrapped around his head, nervous, stuttering. Harry's scar tingles, faint, barely noticeable. He touches it. The sensation fades. Hermione notices. You all right? Fine. Just tired. But he files the information away. His scar reacted to something, or someone. The feast ends. Prefects lead first years to their dormitories. Gryffindor Tower. Password, Caput Draconis. The common room is warm. Red and gold. Fireplace, comfortable chairs. Harry shares a room with Ron, Neville, Dean Thomas, and Seamus Finnegan. He unpacks. Sets his things carefully. The mirror shard Remus gave him goes under his pillow. Hidden. Ron chatters about Quidditch. Neville worries about classes. Dean and Seamus argue about football versus Quidditch. Harry lies in bed, stares at the ceiling. First day complete. The castle is as described. The sorting went as planned. Now the real work begins. October 1991. 6 weeks into term. Classes are easy. Harry and Hermione excel. But carefully, they answer questions correctly but not too quickly. Demonstrate competence but not mastery. Hermione is top of every class, expected for someone who reads constantly. Harry is good at defense and transfiguration, expected for the boy who lived. Ron struggles with theory but has good instincts. Flying lessons begin. Madam Hooch supervises. Most students struggle. Brooms don't respond well. Nervous energy. Harry mounts his broom, kicks off, rises smoothly. Hooch's eyes widen. Natural talent. Just like your father. He flies well, but not spectacularly. Doesn't draw too much attention. Neville falls during the lesson, breaks his wrist. Madam Hooch takes him to the hospital wing. While she's gone, Draco Malfoy picks up Neville's Rememberall. Look at this, Longbottom's precious Rememberall. Give it back, Harry says. Why should I? Because it's not yours. Draco smirks, mounts his broom. Flies up. If you want it, come get it. Harry doesn't hesitate. Kicks off. Rises quickly. Hermione calls from the ground. Harry, don't. Madam Hooch said, but Harry is already in the air, flying toward Draco. Draco throws the Rememberall. High, far. Harry dives. Fast. Faster than he's flown in front of others before. He catches the Rememberall inches from the ground, pulls up sharply, lands smoothly. The students stare. Professor McGonagall witnessed everything from a window. She strides out. Potter, follow me. Harry's stomach sinks, expelled on the first month. But McGonagall doesn't take him to Dumbledore. She takes him to a classroom. A tall boy is inside, practicing charms. Wood, I've found you a seeker. Oliver Wood turns, sees Harry. Seriously? He's a natural. Best flying I've seen in years. but he's a first year. The rule says first years can't have brooms. It doesn't say they can't play if they can borrow one. Harry blinks. I'm not being expelled? Expelled? For that catch? Certainly not. You're joining the Quidditch team. Wood grins. Welcome aboard, Potter. We practice 3 times a week. Don't let me down. October 31st. Halloween. The Great Hall is decorated. Live bats, floating pumpkins, feast laid out. Harry sits with Hermione and Ron, eating. Talking, Professor Quirrell bursts through the doors. Troll in the dungeons. Thought you ought to know. He faints. The hall erupts, screaming. Panic. Dumbledore fires sparks from his wand. Silence. The noise stops. Prefects, lead your houses back to dormitories. Teachers, follow me to the dungeons. Everyone moves. Organized chaos. Harry and Hermione exchange glances. Something's wrong, Hermione whispers. Agreed. They follow the Gryffindor prefects. But Harry's mind races. A troll in the dungeons. How did it get in? Hogwarts has wards. Protections. Trolls don't just wander in. Someone let it in. Quirrell, Hermione says quietly, reading his thoughts. Maybe, or someone else. They reach Gryffindor Tower, enter the common room. Ron is excited. Did you see that? A real troll. It's not exciting. It's dangerous, Hermione says. But the teachers will handle it. Harry isn't so sure. Later that night, he can't sleep. Goes to the common room. Hermione is there, reading. Can't sleep either, she asks. No. Something about tonight felt staged. I thought so too. The timing. Quirrell bursting in during the feast. Everyone distracted. What if the troll was a diversion? For what? I don't know, but I want to find out. They sit in silence, thinking. We need more information, Hermione says, about Quirrell, about what he's doing here. Agreed. Tomorrow we start watching him. November 1991. Surveillance begins. Harry and Hermione track Quirrell's movements, discreetly using techniques Tonks taught them. They note his patterns. He visits the 3rd-floor corridor frequently, the forbidden one. Dumbledore specifically warned students away at the start of term. Anyone who goes there will die a painful death. Dumbledore doesn't make idle threats, so why is Quirrell going there? One night they follow him, under the invisibility cloak. Harry inherited it, found it wrapped in paper on Christmas morning. No note. Just a cloak. He suspected Dumbledore sent it. His father's cloak. Returned, they follow Quirrell to the 3rd-floor corridor. He stops at a door. Locked. He casts a Loamora. The door opens. Growling from inside. Deep. Threefold. Quirrell enters. The door closes. Harry and Hermione creep closer. Press their ears to the door. More growling. Quirrell's voice. Stuttering. Trying to calm something. Then footsteps. He's leaving. They hide. Quirrell exits. Limping. Hand bleeding. He disappears down the corridor. Harry and Hermione approach the door. Open it slightly. Inside. Darkness. Then 3 pairs of eyes. A dog growls. Aggressive. They close the door quickly. He's guarding something, Hermione whispers. What? I don't know. But it's important enough to use a Cerberus. They return to Gryffindor Tower. That night, Harry uses the mirror shard. Calls Tonks. Her face appears. Sleepy. It's past midnight. Harry? What's wrong? There's something hidden in the school, guarded by a 3-headed dog. Professor Quirrell is trying to get past it. Tonks sits up, fully awake now. Describe everything. Harry does. The troll, the corridor, the 3-headed dog, Quirrell's injuries. Tonks listens, then speaks. This is serious. Quirrell is either being blackmailed or he's compromised. Possibly possessed. You need adult help. Who do we trust? Dumbledore, McGonagall, Snape if necessary. Snape hates me. Snape hates everyone. But he's loyal to Dumbledore. If you think Quirrell is a threat, report it. They won't believe us. We're first years. Then gather evidence, but don't engage directly. Promise me. I promise. I'm coming to Hogwarts. I'll find a way in. Give me 2 days. The mirror goes dark. Hermione looks at Harry. Tonks is coming. She'll help. We just need to survive until then. 2 days later, Tonks arrives at Hogwarts, disguised. She's 18 now, but using her metamorph magus abilities, she appears as a young woman, mid-20s. Brown hair, plain robes, she approaches the gates, states her business. I'm here from the ministry, routine security inspection. The gates open, She enters. Dumbledore meets her in his office. Suspicious. Miss Tonks, your mother didn't mention you'd be visiting? This isn't a social call, Professor. I'm here on official Auror business. You're still in training, under supervision. My trainer approved this inspection. Dumbledore's eyes narrow. What exactly are you inspecting? Security measures, specifically regarding the Philosopher's Stone. Silence. Dumbledore sits. How do you know about the stone? Harry Potter contacted me, via communication mirror. He's noticed suspicious activity. Professor Quirrell attempting to access the third-floor corridor, a troll released into the school. These are concerning patterns. Harry should not have a communication mirror. Remus Lupin gave it to him. For emergencies, this qualifies. I see. And you believe Quirrell is a threat? I believe he's worth investigating. Harry and Hermione have been observing him. They're trained to notice inconsistencies. Trained by me, by Remus, by my mother. They're not ordinary children, Professor. They've been prepared. Prepared for what? For survival. Harry is the boy who lived. That makes him a target. We've ensured he can defend himself. That's my responsibility. With respect, Professor, placing a valuable magical artifact in a school full of children suggests your priorities differ from ours. Dumbledore's expression hardens. The stone is protected, multiple enchantments. Even if Quirrell attempts to steal it, he'll fail. And what about the students he endangers in the process? Silence. I'll investigate Quirrell, Dumbledore says finally. Discreetly. If he's compromised, I'll handle it. Harry and Hermione will continue observing. They won't engage, but they will report anything unusual. I would prefer they focus on their studies. They're capable of both. Dumbledore sighs. You are indeed your mother's daughter, stubborn and principled. Thank you. Tonks leaves the office, finds Harry and Hermione in a corridor. Report. They tell her everything. Quirrell's patterns, the forbidden corridor, the three-headed dog. Tonks nods. Dumbledore will investigate, but we don't wait for him. Keep watching Quirrell. If he makes a move, contact me immediately. I'm staying, disguised as a substitute professor, temporary charms assistant, Professor Nim. April 1992. Quirrell makes his move. One night he goes to the third-floor corridor. Harry and Hermione are monitoring. They've developed a system. Shifts. Watches. Tonight Quirrell's heading to the three-headed dog's chamber. We need to alert Tonks, Hermione says. Harry pulls out the mirror. Tonks. Her face appears. What's happening? Now. I'm on my way. Stay put. Do not follow him. But Harry hesitates. What if he gets past the dog before you arrive? Then Dumbledore's other protections will stop him. You stay out of it. The mirror goes dark. Harry and Hermione wait. 10 minutes. 15. They see Snape heading to the third floor. Snape's involved, Harry says. Maybe he's trying to stop Quirrell. They debate, then decide. We follow. From a distance, just to observe. They use the invisibility cloak. Head to the third floor. The door to the dog's chamber is open. Music plays. A harp enchanted. The dog is asleep. A trapdoor is open beneath the dog. Quirrell went down. Harry and Hermione hear footsteps. Snape arrives. Sees the open door. Damn it. He descends through the trapdoor. Tonks arrives moments later. Sees Harry and Hermione. I told you to stay put. Snape just went down. Quirrell's already inside. We need to help. Now, Hermione runs to find Dumbledore. Harry stays. I'm not leaving you. Tonks curses. Fine. Stay behind me. Do not engage. They descend. The trapdoor leads to a chamber. Dark. Vines everywhere. Devil's snare. Tonks casts light. The vines recoil. They pass through. Next chamber. Flying keys. Hundreds. One with a bent wing. Snape already caught it. Door is open. They continue. Chest chamber. Giant pieces. Black and white. The pieces are shattered. Someone already played through. They cross quickly. Next chamber. A troll. Dead. Knocked out. Quirrell's work, Tonks says. Final chamber. A mirror. The mirror of Ureist. Quirrell stands before it, frustrated, desperate. I see myself presenting the stone to my master, but I cannot retrieve it. Snape is there, wand raised. Step away from the mirror, Quirrell. I'm protecting the school. You're protecting nothing. The Dark Lord will rise, with or without the stone. Snape casts. Quirrell blocks. They duel. Tonks enters, Harry behind her. Quirrell sees them. His eyes widen. Then he laughs. The boy, perfect. A voice speaks, high, cold. Not Quirrell's. Bring him to me. Quirrell unwraps his turban. On the back of his head, a face, pale, red eyes, noseless. Voldemort. Harry's scar explodes with pain. He gasps, drops to his knees. Tonks moves to protect him. Voldemort speaks. Harry Potter, we meet at last. You're dead, Harry manages. Not dead, never truly gone. I've been waiting, planning. And now you're here. Leave him alone, Tonks snarls. Nymphadora Tonks, the Aurora trainee. How delightful. You've been training my enemy, teaching him to fight. Futile. He's mine. He always was. Quirrell moves toward Harry. Snape blocks him. They duel again. Tonks casts at Quirrell. He deflects. The chamber fills with spellfire. Harry tries to stand. The pain in his scar is overwhelming. Dumbledore arrives. Hermione behind him. Tom, enough. Voldemort's face twists. Albus, you're too late. I'm exactly on time. Dumbledore casts. Power beyond anything Harry has seen. Quirrell staggers. Voldemort screams. This isn't over. Quirrell collapses, convulsing. Voldemort's wraith form tears free from his body. It screams, then flees, passes through the walls, gone. Quirrell lies still, dead. Dumbledore kneels beside Harry. Are you hurt? My scar, it burns. Voldemort's presence, he was possessing Quirrell. The connection between you reacted. He's gone now, for now. But he'll return. He always does. End of year feast, June 1992. Gryffindor wins the House Cup. Barely. Thanks to last-minute points awarded for stopping Quirrell, Harry and Hermione don't celebrate much. They sit together. Quiet. Voldemort's still out there, Hermione says. I know. He'll come back. I know. We need to be ready. We will be. They board the Hogwarts Express. Return to London. Remus meets them at King's Cross. Andromeda, Ted, Tonks. Remus hugs Harry. Tightly. I heard everything. Are you all right? I'm fine. You faced Voldemort. I survived. That's what matters. They go home. To the Tonks house, Harry sleeps in his own bed. Safe, protected. But he dreams of red eyes, a high voice, a promise. This isn't over. He knows. It's only just begun. September 1992. Second year begins. The summer was spent training. Harder than before. Remus taught them advanced creature lore, defensive tactics, how to identify dark magic. Tonks completed her Auror training. She's a junior Auror now. Official ministry credentials. She drilled them on observation, pattern recognition, threat assessment. Voldemort escaped. He's out there, rebuilding. You need to be ready. They board the Hogwarts Express, find a compartment. Ron joins them, excited, talking about summer. Dad won a prize at work. We went to Egypt, visited Bill, saw pyramids. It was brilliant. He shows them a photograph, the Weasley family, all of them, including a rat sitting on Ron's shoulder. That's Scabbers, my rat. Percy gave him to me when he got an owl. Scabbers is old. Been in the family for years. Hermione glances at the photo, then at Harry. Something passes between them. Unspoken. A rat. In a wizarding family for years. Unusual. They file it away. Continue talking. The feast is normal. Sorting. Food. Dumbledore's speech. But then he makes an announcement about a new defense professor. Gilderoy Lockhart. Handsome. Perfectly styled hair. Robes in expensive fabrics. Gleaming smile. He waves. The students applaud. Mostly girls. Swooning. Hermione claps politely. But her eyes are sharp. Later, in the common room, what do you think of Lockhart? Harry asks. He's a fraud. I've read his books, Magical Me, Break with a Banshee, Travels with Trolls. The stories are impressive, but the details are wrong. Wrong how? The wand movements he describes don't match the spells he claims to have cast. The creatures he encounters behave inconsistently with known lore. It's fabricated. Why would Dumbledore hire a fraud? Maybe he doesn't know. Or maybe Lockhart fooled him too. We should tell someone. Who? We're 12. No one will believe us without proof. Then we get proof. They start gathering evidence. Hermione cross-references Lockhart's books with known magical texts. She finds inconsistencies, errors, impossible timelines. By October, they have a file of contradictions. They take it to Tonks, via mirror. Tonks reviews it. This is solid work. Lockhart is definitely lying about his accomplishments. Can you expose him? Not without official cause, but I can investigate, quietly. If I find evidence of fraud, I can report it to the ministry. What about us? You keep observing. Document everything. If he slips up in class, record it. Lockhart's incompetence becomes obvious quickly. He releases Cornish pixies during one lesson, loses control. The classroom is destroyed. Harry and Hermione handle the pixies themselves. Stunning spells, freezing charms. Lockhart takes credit. By Halloween, Tonks has enough evidence. She contacts the ministry. Fraud investigation opened. Lockhart is quietly dismissed by Christmas. Dumbledore needs a new defense professor. He hires Remus Lupin. A year early, January 1993, Remus arrives. Harry and Hermione are thrilled. Their guardian, their teacher, here, but they can't show it, can't reveal their connection. In class, they treat him like any other professor, respectful, attentive, professional. Remus is an excellent teacher, practical, knowledgeable, patient. He teaches defensive spells, how to recognize dark creatures, how to think strategically. The students love him, but whispers start by February. Have you seen Lupin's robes? They're shabby. He looks sick sometimes, pale, tired. Harry and Hermione know. Full moon cycles, the transformation. Remus takes wolfsbane. Keeps his mind, but the physical toll is still severe. They don't say anything. Protect his secret. October 31st, 1992. Halloween. The Chamber of Secrets opens. Harry and Hermione are walking to the library. Late evening, they find a message written on the wall. Blood-red letters. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware. Below it, Mrs. Norris, Filch's cat, petrified, hanging by her tail. Students gather, gasping, whispering. Dumbledore arrives. McGonagall, Snape, Remus. Filch sees his cat, screams, You murdered my cat! You'll pay for this! He points at Harry. I didn't. Dumbledore raises a hand. Calm yourself, Argus. Mrs. Norris is not dead. She's been petrified. But the message is a warning, not a confession. Potter did not do this. The teachers? Dumbledore speaks. The Chamber of Secrets is a legend. Salazar Slytherin supposedly built it before he left Hogwarts. It contains a monster. Only his heir can open it. Sent to dormitories. Harry and Hermione return to Gryffindor Tower. The chamber is real, Hermione says. Apparently, and someone opened it. An heir of Slytherin? Who? I don't know. But we need to find out. They research every spare moment. Library, books, archives. Hermione finds a reference. Ancient text. Salazar Slytherin's monster. A basilisk, born from a chicken's egg hatched beneath a toad. Massive, deadly. How deadly? In the water on the floor, yes. How do we kill it? Rooster's crow is fatal. Or a basilisk fang through the brain. Or extreme heat. Basilisks can travel through pipes. That's how it's moving unseen. Harry listens, then speaks quietly. I can hear it. Hermione stares. What? Sometimes, in the walls. A voice, hissing. I thought I was imagining it. You're a Parselmouth, you can speak to snakes. I didn't know. Your connection to Voldemort. He was the last heir of Slytherin. The ability might have transferred when he attacked you. Harry processes this, so I can hear the basilisk, which means you can track it, and maybe control it. That's dangerous. November 1992. More attacks. Colin Creevey, first-year Gryffindor. Petrified. Justin Finch-Fletchley, second-year Hufflepuff. Petrified midair, frozen. Fear spreads through the school. Harry and Hermione continue researching. They identify the probable entrance. Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. Second floor. Myrtle is a ghost. Died 50 years ago. In that bathroom, Hermione interviews her. Carefully. How did you die, Myrtle? I saw eyes, great big yellow eyes, in the sink. Then everything went dark. Where in the sink? The one that doesn't work, with the snake carved on the tap. Harry and Hermione examine the sink. A small snake etched into the copper. Parcel tongue lock, Harry says. Can you open it? Harry speaks, not English. a hissing language. Open. The sink moves. Slides aside. Reveals a pipe. Massive. That's the entrance, Hermione says. We need to tell someone. Agreed. They find Remus, in his office. Professor Lupin. We need to speak with you privately. Remus closes the door. What's wrong? We found the Chamber of Secrets. Remus sits. Explain. They do. The research, the basilisk, the entrance in the bathroom. Remus listens, then speaks carefully. This is beyond you, both of you. A basilisk is a XXX creature. Lethal. You can't face it alone. We know. That's why we're telling you. Good. I'll inform Dumbledore. We'll organize a response. When? That night, December 1992, a team assembles. Dumbledore, Remus, Snape, Harry, Hermione. Harry because he's the only Parselmouth who can open the chamber. Hermione because she knows the most about basilisks. They descend through the pipe. Dark, damp, bones everywhere, animal skeletons. They reach a door, carved with serpents. Harry speaks Parseltongue. Open. The door slides open. The Chamber of Secrets. Massive, cathedral-like. Serpent statues everywhere. Water on the floor. A voice echoes. Who dares enter the chamber of Salazar Slytherin? A figure appears. Translucent, teenage boy, handsome, dark hair. Tom Riddle, memory preserved in dark magic. Dumbledore's face hardens. Tom, I should have known, though I wish it were under better circumstances. You're not real. You're a memory, preserved in a cursed object. Very good. Yes, I am the memory of Tom Riddle, stored in a diary 50 years ago, before I became Lord Voldemort. Harry's scar burns. What do you want? Dumbledore asks. To finish what I started, to purge the school of mudbloods, to prove pure blood superiority, by killing children, by removing contaminants. You're insane. I'm visionary. Riddle gestures. The basilisk emerges. 60 feet long, green scales, eyes closed. Kill them, Riddle commands. The basilisk opens its eyes. Dumbledore casts. Fawkes. A phoenix appears. Flames. Brilliant. Fawkes attacks the basilisk, claws its eyes, blinds it. The basilisk screams, thrashes. Remus casts protective shields, keeps Harry and Hermione behind him. Snape fires cutting curses. Dumbledore conjures fire, surrounds the creature. It writhes, burns, but doesn't die. Basilisks are resistant to magic, Hermione shouts. You need physical means. A sword appears, falling from above. The sword of Gryffindor. Delivered by Fawkes, Harry catches it. Heavy. Silver. Rubies in the hilt. Harry, no, Remus shouts. But Harry is already moving. He dodges the basilisk's tail, ducks under its strikes, gets close, drives the sword upward, into the creature's mouth, through the roof of its skull. The basilisk convulses, dies. Harry pulls the sword free. A basilisk fang comes with it. Stuck in the blade. Tom Riddle screams, "No, my pet!" Hermione sees the diary, lying on the floor, black, leather-bound. She grabs it. "This is a Horcrux," she says. "What?" Dumbledore asks. "A dark object containing a piece of soul. I read about them. This diary is one. How do you destroy it? Basilisk venom, or fiend fire, or extreme magical fire." Hands it to Hermione. "Do it." Hermione stabs the diary. Ink sprays, black, smoking. The diary screams. Tom Riddle's form dissolves. "I'll return. The Dark Lord always returns." Then silence. The diary is destroyed. They return to the surface, exhausted. Dumbledore calls an assembly. The Chamber of Secrets has been found. The basilisk has been slain. The attacks will stop. Applause. Relief. But Dumbledore looks troubled. Later, in his office, "The diary was a Horcrux," Dumbledore says. "A piece of Voldemort's soul. Hidden in an object. How many are there?" Hermione asks. "I don't know, but more than one. Voldemort would not risk a single anchor." "We need to find them," Harry says. "We will, in time. But for now, you've done enough. Both of you." End of year, May 1993. Remus is revealed as a werewolf. Snape lets it slip during a class. Professor Lupin is indisposed. Again, as he is every month. Due to his furry little problem, the students understand. Whispers spread. "Lupin's a werewolf. That's why he's always sick." Harry stands in the Great Hall. During dinner, Professor Lupin is a hero. He helped save this school. He killed a basilisk. His condition doesn't change that. Hermione stands beside him. He's the best defense teacher we've ever had. He deserves respect, not fear. Other students stand. Neville Longbottom, Dean Thomas, Seamus Finnegan. Lupin's brilliant. He taught us more than any other professor. Dumbledore watches, impressed, but Remus still resigns. The prejudice exists. Even if the students support me, their parents won't. Better I leave quietly. You don't have to, Dumbledore says. I know, but I choose to. However, I'd like to remain as a consultant, advise on defense curriculum, visit during dangerous situations. Agreed, returns to the Tonks house. But he doesn't leave Harry and Hermione's lives. He's still their guardian, their teacher, their family, just not their professor. Summer 1993. Sirius Black escapes. July 1993. The news breaks. Wizarding World in panic. Sirius Black, convicted murderer, Voldemort supporter, escaped. His face is on every front page. Gaunt, wild-eyed, dangerous. But at the Tonks house, a different reaction. Andromeda reads the paper. He's coming here. How do you know? Ted asks. Because I'm the only family he has. The only one who might believe he's innocent. You think he's innocent? I know he is. 3 days later, late night. A knock at the door. Remus answers, wand raised. Sirius Black stands there, skeletal, filthy, desperate. Remus, please let me explain. Remus stares, then lowers his wand. Come in. Sirius collapses inside, exhausted. Andromeda brings food. Water. He devours it. Talk, Remus says. Sirius does. The whole story. Peter was the secret keeper, not me. We switched at the last minute. I thought it was clever. No one would suspect Peter. But he betrayed them, gave Voldemort the location. I went after him, found him in the street, confronted him. He cut off his own finger, blew up the street, killed 12 muggles, transformed into a rat, escaped through the sewers. Peter's an animagus? We all were. Me, James, Peter. We became animagi to keep you company during full moons. You knew that. I thought Peter died. He faked his death. He's been hiding as a rat. For 12 years. Where? At Hogwarts. I saw him in a newspaper photo, the Daily Prophet. Ron Weasley's family won a prize. They went to Egypt. The photo showed the whole family, including a rat, on Ron's shoulder. I recognized him. Scabbers. That's Peter. Remus stares. You're certain? I'd know Peter anywhere, even as a rat. He's alive. At Hogwarts. I have to expose him. Not by yourself, Andromeda says firmly. We do this properly, legally. We capture Peter, force a trial, prove your innocence. Sirius laughs bitterly. How? I'm an escaped convict. Tonks will help. Tonks is summoned, via Flu. She arrives within the hour, sees Sirius, doesn't draw her wand. Cousin Sirius, you look terrible. I've been in Azkaban for 12 years, so I've heard. Mum says you're innocent. I am. Convince me? Sirius tells the story again. Peter, the betrayal, the rat. Tonks listens, then nods. All right, I believe you. You do? Mum's judgment is sound, and your story fits the evidence. Can you help me? I can investigate, officially. As an Auror. If Scabbers is Peter, I can force him to reveal his animagus form. Then we have proof. How do we get access to Scabbers? Harry and Hermione. They're at Hogwarts with Ron Weasley. They can locate the rat. I'm not endangering Harry. Harry can handle it. He's been trained. They plan, carefully, coordinate every detail. September 1993, Hogwarts' 3rd year. Harry and Hermione return to school. They know about Sirius. Know he's innocent. Know the plan. Their mission? Locate Scabbers. Monitor Ron. Wait for the signal. Months pass. October, November, December. Dementors patrol the grounds, searching for Sirius. Harry encounters one on the Hogwarts Express. First day back. It enters their compartment. Cold. Oppressive. Harry feels the pull. His worst memories rising, but he resists. Focuses on happy memories. Family. Love. He produces a faint silver mist. Not a full Patronus, but enough. The Dementor retreats. Hermione stares. You did it. You cast a Patronus? Barely. Most third years can't cast any form. That was impressive. Remus is teaching defense again. Visiting professor. Part-time. He teaches them the Patronus charm properly. Think of your happiest memory. Focus on it. Channel the emotion. Cast. Harry focuses. Christmas at the Tonks house. Surrounded by family. Expecto Patronum. A silver stag erupts from his wand. Corporeal. Powerful. Remus smiles. Excellent. Your father's animagus form. Hermione tries. Focuses on meeting Harry. The first time, realizing she wasn't alone. Expecto Patronum. Far ahead of schedule. We had good teachers, Harry says. March 1994. The operation. Tonks coordinates with Remus and Sirius. The plan: lure Ron and Scabbers to the Shrieking Shack. Force Peter to reveal himself. Capture him with Ministry witness present. The witness, Kingsley Shacklebolt. Aurora. Sympathetic. Trustworthy. Harry and Hermione execute their part. They convince Ron to visit the Shrieking Shack. Ron is reluctant. That place is haunted. It'll be an adventure. Ron agrees. Brings Scabbers. They enter the shack. Dusty. Abandoned. Sirius appears. Dog form. Massive black dog. Ron panics. What is that? The dog transforms. Becomes a man, Sirius Black. Ron screams. Harry raises his wand. Points it at Sirius. Don't move. Playing the part. Remus arrives. Sirius. We need to talk. Remus. Finally. You believe me? I'm listening. Sirius explains. Points at Scabbers. That's Peter. That rat he's been hiding for 12 years. You're mad this is my rat. Check for a missing toe. Front left paw. Ron looks. The toe is missing. So? Lots of rats are missing toes. Peter Pettigrew was missing a finger. Front left hand. Tonks enters. Official Auror robes. Kingsley beside her. Auror Tonks. Junior Auror. Auror Shacklebolt. Senior Auror. We're here to investigate. Investigate what? Ron asks. Suspicion of illegal animagus activity. Tonks approaches Ron. May I see your rat? Ron hands over Scabbers. Reluctantly, Tonks examines the rat, then casts. Animagus Revelio. The rat glows. Blue light. Unregistered animagus detected. She casts again. Force transformation. The rat convulses, grows, becomes a man. Balding, watery eyes. Missing a finger. Peter Pettigrew. Ron stumbles back. What? Peter tries to run. Tonks stuns him. Kingsley examines him. Peter Pettigrew, confirmed alive. This changes everything. Peter is taken away. Trial follows. Questioned under veritaserum, confesses everything. Sirius Black exonerated. All charges dropped. He walks out of the ministry, free. He joins the Tonks household. The family grows. Sirius adjusts to freedom, slowly. Nightmares, flashbacks. 12 years of Dementors leave scars, but he has support. Remus, Andromeda, the family. He spends time with Harry, getting to know him. Your dad and I used to fly together, race. He was brilliant. You're just as good. Remus taught me. Mooney taught you a lot. I can see it. You're prepared. Confident. James would be proud. I hope so. I know so. Sirius becomes Harry's legal guardian, officially, though he defers to the existing family structure. I'm not trying to replace Remus or Andromeda. They raised you. They did what I couldn't. I'm just here to support. To be family, that's enough. End of summer. The household is complete. Andromeda, Ted, Tonks, Remus, Sirius, Harry, Hermione, 7 people, 1 family, bound by choice, not blood. They sit together. Dinner, laughter, stories. Sirius tells tales of the marauders. James, Remus, Peter, pranks, adventures. We were idiots, brilliant idiots, but still idiots. You were brave, Remus corrects. We were reckless. Same thing, learning about his father, his legacy. Hermione takes notes, always analyzing. Tonks shares aura stories. Criminals caught, dark wizards defeated. The job is dangerous, but rewarding. You save people, that's what matters. Do you ever get scared? Harry asks. All the time. Fear is normal. Acting despite fear is courage. The evening ends. They go to bed. Harry lies awake, thinking. He has a family, a real family. Loving, supportive, strong. He's prepared for whatever comes next. And he knows, deep down, whatever comes next will be dangerous. But he's ready. They all are. September 1994. Hogwarts' fourth year begins. Harry and Hermione are 14, taller, more confident, more dangerous. The summer was intense. Sirius integrated into the family, shared stories about James and Lily, taught Harry advanced dueling techniques. Remus continued creature training, focused on dangerous species, acromantulas, grindylows, dragons. Tonks drilled them on combat tactics, how to fight together, how to cover each other's weaknesses. You're a unit, a two-person strike team. Harry has raw power and instinct. Hermione has precision and strategy. Combined, you're unstoppable. They board the Hogwarts Express. Find Ron in a compartment. He's different now. More serious. The Peter Pettigrew revelation shook him. I had a Death Eater living in my pocket for years. How did I not know? You were a child, Hermione says gently. You couldn't have known. Still, it's disturbing. The train journey passes. They discuss summer, Quidditch, the upcoming year. At Hogwarts, Dumbledore makes an announcement. This year, Hogwarts will host the Triwizard Tournament, a competition between 3 schools, Hogwarts, Durmstrang, and Beauxbatons. One champion from each school, selected by the Goblet of Fire. Excited whispers. However, due to the tournament's danger, only students 17 and older may enter. Disappointed groans from younger students. Harry and Hermione exchange glances. They're 14. Too young. But something feels off. Why reinstate the tournament now, Hermione whispers. It's been cancelled for centuries. Too many deaths. Good question. Rising from the Black Lake. Students in fur cloaks, led by Igor Karkaroff. Victor Crumb is among them. Famous seeker, Quidditch superstar Beauxbatons arrives by flying carriage. Massive, drawn by winged horses. Students in silk uniforms, led by Madame Maxime. Fleur de la Cour stands out. Beautiful. Part Vila. Confident, the Goblet of Fire is placed in the entrance hall. Students submit names. Harry doesn't. He's too young. But the night the Goblet selects champions, something goes wrong. 3 names emerge. Victor Crumb, Durmstrang, Fleur de la Cour, Beauxbatons, Cedric Diggory, Hogwarts. Then a 4th name, Harry Potter. The hall erupts, shouting, confusion. He's too young. How did he enter? This is against the rules. Dumbledore's face is grave. Harry, did you put your name in the goblet? No, sir. I didn't. Did you ask an older student to do it for you? No, sir. Dumbledore examines the goblet, the magical contract. The goblet has accepted 4 champions. This is unprecedented, but the contract is binding. Harry must compete. Protests from the other schools, accusations of cheating. Karkaroff is furious. This is Hogwarts manipulation. Potter is Dumbledore's favorite. But Dumbledore is firm. The goblet's decision is final. Harry will compete. Dumbledore's office. Harry, Hermione, Dumbledore, McGonagall, Snape, and the other headmasters. Someone entered your name, Dumbledore says. Someone powerful. This is a plot. Against me, the tournament is dangerous. Designed to test adult wizards. A 14-year-old faces significant risk. Then I'll prepare. Train. Survive. With help, Hermione adds. Harry doesn't have to do this alone. Dumbledore looks at her. What do you mean? The tournament rules state that each champion competes. They don't explicitly state champions must compete in complete isolation during preparation. The rules were written assuming adult champions with full magical education. Harry is 14 with incomplete training. Allowing him strategic consultation during preparation, not execution, would account for the age disparity without violating the spirit of the competition. That's not traditional. Neither is a 14-year-old competing. If the goblet can break precedent by accepting an underage champion, we can adapt procedures to ensure fairness. Miss Granger has a point. Potter was entered unfairly. Allowing him preparation assistance levels the field. This is outrageous. So is entering a child against his will, Snape says quietly. For once agreeing with Hermione, Dumbledore considers. Very well. Miss Granger, you may serve as Harry's strategic advisor during preparation phases. You'll have access to task information when he does. You may advise, research, strategize, but you cannot compete directly or interfere during the actual tasks. Understood. Karkaroff storms out. Madame Maxime follows Harry and Hermione leave the office. You didn't have to do this, Harry says. Yes, I did. We're a team. Always. That night, Harry contacts Tonks and Remus via mirror. Their faces appear. What's wrong? Tonks asks immediately. Harry explains. The goblet, the fourth champion, the binding contract. Remus's face hardens. This is a trap. Someone wants you in the tournament. Wants you vulnerable. Barty Crouch Jr., Tonks says. He escaped Azkaban years ago. Never recaptured. If Voldemort is rebuilding, Crouch would be a valuable servant. You think he's at Hogwarts? Maybe. Disguised? Using polyjuice or similar. We'll investigate. Meanwhile, you train, Hermione is your advisor? Yes. Good. Use the summer training. Everything we taught you. Work together. Cover each other's weaknesses. You'll survive this. We'll prepare you for each one. When the task is announced, contact us, we'll strategize. The mirror goes dark. Hermione sits beside Harry. We can do this. I know we've been training our whole lives for situations like this. This is different. This is public. Spectators, judges, media. Then we perform. We show them what we're capable of. November 1994. The first task. Dragons. Each champion must retrieve a golden egg from a nesting mother dragon. Harry draws the Hungarian horntail. Most dangerous breed. He contacts Remus and Tonks immediately. They strategize. Horntails are aggressive but territorial, Remus explains. They protect their nest. If you can lure the dragon away from the eggs, you can grab one. How do I lure a dragon? Movement, threats to the nest, anything that draws her attention. Or I could fly, Harry says. Stay airborne. She'll chase me, create an opening. Combined with the distraction spell, Hermione says. Conjunctivitis curse. Temporarily blind it. You retrieve the egg while it's disoriented. You need to be synchronized. They practice, every spare moment. Hermione casts conjunctivitis curses on practice targets. Harry flies evasive patterns. By the day of the task, they're ready. The arena is packed. Spectators. Judges, media, the other champions go first. Cedric Diggory transfigures a rock into a dog, distracts the dragon, retrieves the egg, successful but burns his face. Fleur Delacour uses a sleeping charm. Partially effective, dragon falls asleep, snores fire, she retrieves the egg. Victor Crumb uses a conjunctivitis curse, blinds the dragon, it tramples its own eggs. He retrieves the golden one, effective but brutal. Then Harry, he enters the arena. The Hungarian horntail waits, massive, black scales, spiked tail. Yellow eyes, she sees Harry, roars. Harry mounts his firebolt, kicks off, rises. The dragon lunges, breathes fire. Harry dodges, flies in tight spirals, drawing her attention. Hermione is in the champions area, wand ready. The dragon chases Harry, away from the nest. Hermione casts conjunctivitis, the curse hits. The dragon's eyes swell. She roars, shakes her head. Harry dives, straight for the nest. The dragon blinded, swipes blindly. Harry grabs the golden egg, kicks off. The dragon's tail whips toward him, misses by inches. Harry soars out of range. Time, 7 minutes. No injuries. The crowd erupts, cheering, applause. Judges confer. Scores appear. Bagman, 10. Maxime, 9. Crouch, 10. Karkaroff, 4. Bitter, Dumbledore, 10. Total, 43. Tied for first with Crumb. Harry lands. Hermione runs to him. That was brilliant. You blinded it perfectly. I just flew. We did it together. Ron approaches, hesitant. He's been distant since Harry's name came out of the goblet. Harry, that was incredible. I'm sorry I doubted you. It's fine. It's not. I should have believed you. You're my friend. Harry extends his hand. Still friends. Christmas approaches, the Yule Ball, a formal dance, part of the tournament tradition. Harry asks Hermione as a formality. They're already partners. We have to go anyway. Might as well go together. Agreed. They dress formally. Harry in black dress robes, Hermione in periwinkle blue, hair styled, elegant. Ron stares. Hermione, you look like a girl, she finishes dryly. I was going to say beautiful. she softens. Thank you, Ron. The ball is elaborate. Ice sculptures, enchanted ceilings showing snow, orchestra playing, Harry and Hermione dance. Not romantically, just comfortably. Years of partnership making them synchronized. Victor Crumb approaches during a break, asks Hermione to dance. She accepts. Politely, Harry watches, not jealous, just observant. Crumb is skilled, athletic, but there's something calculated in his movements. He's assessing you, Harry tells Hermione later, sizing you up, trying to understand our dynamic. I noticed he asked about our partnership, how we strategize. I told him we trained together. Did he believe you? I don't think so. He suspects we're more prepared than we appear. Good. Let him suspect. He won't know for certain until the next task. February 1995. The second task. The Black Lake. Champions must retrieve something precious from the merpeople. 1 hour underwater, Harry receives a clue from the golden egg. Opened underwater, it sings. Come seek us where our voices sound. We cannot sing above the ground. An hour long you'll have to look to recover what we took. They'll take something precious from each champion. We have to retrieve it. What will they take from me? Someone more likely. Harry's stomach drops. They'll take a person. The task requires hostages. They'll use enchanted sleep. Keep them safe underwater. Who would they take? Someone you care about. Ron. Hermione, Sirius, Remus. But when the task begins, Harry discovers the hostages. 4 people tied to stone pillars underwater. Enchanted sleep, breathing charms keeping them alive. Ron, Hermione, Cho Chang, Gabrielle Delacour. Harry's heart races. Hermione is a hostage. But she's also his advisor. How is this possible? He swims closer, examines the enchantment. Time delayed. She was taken last night, placed here before the task began. He has to save her. And the others, the rules say take only yours. But Fleur hasn't arrived. Gabrielle will die if no one saves her. Harry makes a decision. He frees Ron first, uses a severing charm on the ropes. Then Hermione. She wakes as soon as the ropes are cut. The enchantment breaks. She swims, alert immediately. Years of training overriding panic. Harry points to Gabrielle. Hermione nods. Together they free Gabrielle. Cedric arrives, saves Cho. Crumb arrives, saves his hostage. Harry, Hermione, Ron, and Gabrielle surface, late, past the hour mark. But all 4 hostages safe. Dumbledore announces the scoring. Harry Potter and Hermione Granger arrived last. However, they rescued multiple hostages. Demonstrating moral fiber and exceptional partnership, we award full marks. Karkaroff protests. But he's overruled. Harry and Hermione are tied for first place entering the final task. June 1995. The third task, the maze. A massive hedge maze. Magical obstacles inside. The Triwizard Cup at the center. First to touch the cup wins. Harry and Hermione prepare. Tonks advises via mirror. Expect creatures, enchanted obstacles, probably a sphinx, boggarts, blast-ended scroots, use stunning spells, shield charms, stay together if possible. We can't both enter the maze. The rules say the champion enters. You're the champion, but nothing prevents you from coordinating beforehand. Map out strategy, identify likely obstacles, plan responses. Champions enter the maze. Harry goes in alone. Hermione must wait outside. He encounters obstacles immediately. Blast-ended Scroot. Massive, armored, shooting fire. Harry casts a freezing charm. Then stuns it. He moves on. A sphinx, blocking the path. Riddle required to pass. Harry remembers Hermione's research, common riddles. He answers correctly. The sphinx steps aside. He continues. A boggart takes the form of Voldemort. Harry's scar burns, but he knows it's not real. Ridiculous, the boggart transforms, disappears. He reaches the center. Cedric is already there, staring at the Triwizard Cup. Potter, we could share it. Hogwarts tie. Harry hesitates. Something feels wrong. The cup glows. Portkey magic. Don't touch it, Harry says. It's been tampered with. How do you know? The glow. Portkeys have a specific magical signature. This one is different. Modified. Before they can discuss further, a spell hits Cedric. Stunner from behind. He collapses. A figure emerges from the hedges. Mad Eye Moody. Defense against the dark arts professor. Grizzled, magical eye, scarred. but something is wrong. "Professor?" Harry asks. "Not your professor, not really." Moody's form flickers. Polyjuice wearing off, a different man appears. Gaunt, wild-eyed, fanatical. Barty Crouch Jr., surprise. He casts. The cup flies toward Harry. Harry dodges. The cup hovers. Crouch advances. "The Dark Lord wanted you. Go ahead. Touch the cup. Join your destiny." Harry doesn't touch it. He backs away. Crouch laughs, raises his wand. "Then I'll bring you myself." He casts. Ropes fly. Harry blocks. They duel. Crouch is skilled, experienced. Dark magic. Harry fights defensively, shields, dodges, buys time. Outside the maze, Hermione senses something wrong. She alerts Dumbledore. Something's happening. Harry's in danger. Dumbledore doesn't hesitate. He enters the maze. McGonagall, Snape, following. They find Harry dueling Crouch. Dumbledore casts. Powerful, overwhelming. Crouch is disarmed, bound, captured. The cup is examined, confirmed as a portkey. Destination, a graveyard. Little Hangleton. "Voldemort's trap," Dumbledore says grimly. "You were meant to be delivered to him." "But I wasn't," Harry says. "Because you were cautious, observant, trained. Crouch is taken to the Ministry, questioned under Veritaserum. Confesses everything. The plot to enter Harry in the tournament, the plan to deliver him to Voldemort, the year-long deception. Dumbledore addresses the school. The Triwizard Tournament is concluded. Due to the interference, we award the cup jointly to Cedric Diggory and Harry Potter. Applause, but subdued. The truth about Crouch has shaken everyone. Dumbledore continues. Lord Voldemort is rebuilding. His servants are active. We must be vigilant, united, prepared. The truth is public now. The war is coming. Summer 1995. The wizarding world is divided. Half believe Dumbledore. Voldemort has returned. Half believe the Ministry. It's a false alarm. Scaremongering. The Tonks household prepares. Dumbledore calls a meeting. Grimmauld Place. We reform the Order of the Phoenix, an organization I founded during the First War. We fought Voldemort, lost many, but now we rebuild. Prepare for the coming conflict. We want to join, Harry says. You're 15. We've dueled Death Eaters, survived traps. We're more qualified than most adults. Dumbledore considers. Very well, you'll be junior members, informed but protected. You won't participate in active combat missions unless absolutely necessary. We've been fighting since first year, which is precisely why I want to protect you now. You've done enough. With respect, Professor, we decide when we've done enough. Dumbledore smiles sadly. You sound like your parents, Harry. Brave, stubborn, noble. Is that a yes? It's an acknowledgement. You'll be included, but carefully. I won't send children to die if I can help it. The Order operates openly now, coordinating resistance. Dumbledore briefs them. We must discuss Horcruxes, he explains. Dark magic, soul fragments, objects containing pieces of Voldemort's soul. I believe Voldemort created multiple Horcruxes. We've already destroyed one. The diary, I've destroyed another. Marvolo Gaunt's ring. He shows his withered hand, blackened, cursed. How many total? Hermione asks. I estimate 6, plus the piece accidentally lodged in Harry. 7 total, Hermione calculates. Correct. We must find them, destroy them. Only then can Voldemort truly die. What are they? Harry asks. Dumbledore lists them. Tom Riddle's diary, already destroyed. Marvolo Gaunt's ring, destroyed. Salazar Slytherin's locket, hidden in a cave. Protected by Inferi and dark magic, Helga Hufflepuff's cup, likely in Bellatrix Lestrange's vault. Gringotts, Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem, lost for centuries, possibly in Hogwarts. Nagini, Voldemort's snake, always with him. And Harry, the accidental Horcrux. Silence. I have to die, Harry says quietly. Perhaps. But I'm researching alternatives. Hermione speaks, the resurrection stone, combined with Priori Incantatem. If Lily's protection is still in Voldemort's veins from the 4th-year ritual he never completed, the killing curse might rebound when cast at Harry. Harry could die temporarily, the soul fragment destroyed, then return. Dumbledore looks at her, impressed. You've studied this thoroughly. I've been preparing for this possibility since we learned about Horcruxes. It's theoretical, but plausible. We'll explore it. Meanwhile, we hunt the other Horcruxes. The Horcrux Hunt, compressed timeline. The Locket, July 1995. Dumbledore, Harry, Hermione, Tonks, and Sirius. They travel to the cave. Dark, Inferi-infested. Dumbledore drinks the potion, nearly dies. But Tonks is there. Aurora, trained, stabilizes him. They retrieve the locket. The real one, Regulus Black, never retrieved it in this timeline. Sirius confirms his brother died before attempting the theft. They destroy it with a basilisk fang. Hermione kept one from second year. The Cup, September 1995. Tonks leads an Aurora raid on Gringotts. Official. Legal. Bellatrix's vault is searched. The cup is found. Destroyed immediately. The diadem, November 1995. Hermione finds it. Rue of Requirement, hidden among junk. Lost diadem of Ravenclaw. Harry destroys it. Fiendfire. Controlled. Careful. 3 down, 2 remaining, plus Harry. Nagini and Harry. August 1995. The Werewolf Siege. Voldemort is rebuilding his army, recruiting dark creatures. Fenrir Greyback leads the werewolf faction. Savage, brutal. He bites children deliberately, creates more werewolves, spreads fear. Greyback remembers Remus, the child he bit decades ago. He sees Remus's comfortable life, family, home, acceptance. It enrages him. Werewolves should be wild, savage, not domesticated. Lupin is a traitor to his nature. He sends a message, dark magic, burned into the Tonks lawn. Join us or burn. Remus reads it. Face pale, he's coming, he'll attack during the next full moon. Then we prepare. Andromeda says, firm, resolute. They have 2 weeks. Tonks coordinates defenses. Aurora training applied to home security. We layer wards, anti-apparition, anti-portkey, perimeter alarms, shield barriers. Make the house a fortress. Despite being Muggle-born, despite lacking combat training, he refuses to evacuate. This is my home, my family, I stay. Sirius contributes. Old black family magic, blood wards, protection enchantments. Harry and Hermione train. Combat drills, defensive formations, spell chains. Remus watches them, pride mixed with fear. You shouldn't have to fight. We've been fighting our whole lives, Harry replies. This is just another battle. The night of the full moon, August 28th. The moon rises. Remus is in the basement transformation chamber, Wolfsbane taken, conscious, controlled. But he can't help defend. He's locked in, for everyone's safety. The rest of the family waits. Andromeda, Ted, Tonks, Sirius, Harry, Hermione, 6 defenders. The attack begins at midnight. Werewolves emerge from the darkness. 15 of them, led by Greyback, massive. 7 feet tall in wolf form, scarred, yellow eyes. They hit the wards, testing, probing. Tonks fires the first spell. Stupefy, the werewolf dodges, fast, inhumanly fast. The battle begins, spells fly, curses, hexes, shields. The werewolves are relentless, attacking from multiple angles. Harry and Hermione fight together. Synchronized, years of partnership showing. Harry casts offensive spells, blasting curses, cutting hexes, keeping werewolves at bay. Hermione maintains shields, protecting the house. Tonks uses hit-and-run tactics, stunning spells, disappearing into cover, reappearing elsewhere. Sirius transforms. Animagus dog form. Harry's the werewolves, biting, clawing, distracting. Andromeda fights from the house. Advanced spells. Black family magic, cutting down attackers. Ted uses Muggle tactics, improvised weapons, baseball bat, garden tools, anything to help, but they're outnumbered. The wards begin to fail. A werewolf breaches. Charges Ted. Andromeda intercepts. Incarcerous, ropes bind the werewolf. It struggles, breaks free. Ted swings his bat, connects. The werewolf yelps, retreats. But more come. Then a sound from the basement, howling. Remus, in wolf form, aware. Listening to his pack being attacked, the basement door explodes. Remus emerges, massive, gray fur, amber eyes, but controlled. Wolfsbane working. He sees Greyback. Alpha recognizes Alpha. They circle. 2 werewolves, one wild, one controlled. Greyback snarls. You're weak, Lupin. Tamed, domesticated. Remus doesn't speak. Can't speak in wolf form, but he attacks. Fury, speed, power. They clash. Teeth, claws. Savage. Greyback is larger, more experienced. But Remus fights for something Greyback doesn't understand. Family, love, home. He fights with desperation, protection. Everything he is. The other werewolves pause, watching. Alphas fight. The pack waits. Greyback lands a blow. Claws rake Remus's side. Blood flows. Remus retaliates, bites Greyback's shoulder, tears flesh. They're evenly matched. Then Harry intervenes. Stupefy. The spell hits Greyback. Off balance. Distracted. Remus seizes the opportunity. Lunges. Pins Greyback, jaws at his throat. Submission hold. Greyback struggles. Can't break free. Remus growls. Low. Dangerous. Alpha dominance. Greyback stops fighting. Yields. Remus releases him. Steps back. Greyback stands. Bloodied, defeated. He looks at his pack. Retreat. The werewolves flee. Disappearing into the night, Remus collapses. Exhausted. Injured. The wolfsbane loses potency. He begins to lose control. Get him back to the chamber, Andromeda shouts. Sirius and Tonks drag Remus to the basement. Seal the door. The battle is over. Morning, the Tonks house is damaged, walls scorched, windows broken, lawn torn up, but standing, intact. The family is battered, bruised, exhausted. But alive, Remus emerges from the basement. Human again. Pale, weak, covered in bandages. I'm sorry. I lost control. I could have hurt you. You saved us, Andromeda says firmly. You defended your pack. You were magnificent. I fought Greyback. I could have killed him, but you didn't. You showed mercy, strength through restraint. That's what makes you different from him. Remus sits, surrounded by family. I brought this on you. Greyback targeted me. Greyback targeted all of us, Tonks corrects. Because we're a threat. We're organized, trained. We're everything Voldemort fears. We survived, Harry adds. Together. Like we always do. September 1995, Hogwarts, 5th year. The Ministry sends Dolores Umbridge, Senior Undersecretary, High Inquisitor. Pink robes, toad-like face, sadistic smile. She takes over Defense Against the Dark Arts. Bans practical magic. Theory only. The Ministry has determined that defensive spells are unnecessary. You will learn from books. The students rebel. Harry and Hermione form Dumbledore's army. Secretly, teaching real defense. They meet in the Room of Requirement. Hidden, protected. 40 students eventually. All houses, united. Harry teaches offensive spells. Stunning, disarming, cutting curses. Hermione teaches theory, strategy, when to fight, when to flee. They're not teaching children, they're training soldiers. By Christmas, every member can cast a corporeal Patronus. Neville Longbottoms is a lion. Fierce, protective. Luna Lovegoods is a hare. Quick, clever. Ginny Weasley's is a horse. Strong, free. Ron's is a Jack Russell Terrier. Loyal, determined. They're ready. June 1996. The Department of Mysteries. Voldemort plants a vision in Harry's mind. Via the Scar connection. Shows Sirius being tortured. Department of Mysteries, Hall of Prophecy. It's bait. A trap. But Harry doesn't rush in blindly. He contacts Tonks via mirror. I'm seeing visions. Sirius in danger. Department of Mysteries. Is it real? Tonks checks. Sirius is at Grimmauld Place. Safe. It's a trap. Then we spring it. Intentionally. With backup. Agreed. The Order mobilizes. Tonks. Kingsley Shacklebolt. Mad-Eye Moody, the real one, rescued after Crouch's exposure. Remus. They coordinate with Harry and Hermione. The plan? Enter the department. Expect Death Eaters. Engage with full Aurora support. They arrive at the Ministry. Evening. Deserted. The Department of Mysteries is eerie, dark, silent. They enter the Hall of Prophecy. Rows of glowing orbs. Thousands of prophecies. Harry finds his, labeled with his name and Voldemort's. He reaches for it. Death Eaters appear. Lucius Malfoy, Bellatrix Lestrange, Antonin Dolohov, Rookwood. Others, 12 Death Eaters. But the Order is ready. Tonks engages Bellatrix. Niece versus Aunt. Family grudge. Kingsley duels Rookwood. Auror versus Criminal. Mad-Eye fights Dolohov. Old enemies Remus and Sirius work together, covering each other. Just like old times. Harry and Hermione fight as a unit, back to back, shields and offense perfectly synchronized. The Death Eaters are skilled, experienced, but they're overconfident. They underestimate everyone. Harry disarms McNair. Hermione petrifies Crabbe. Nott falls to a combined stunning spell. The tide turns. Bellatrix duels Tonks viciously, cutting curses, killing intent. You're a disgrace to the Black family. I'm proud to disgrace the Black family. They fight across the hall, smashing prophecy orbs. Glass shattering. Bellatrix casts. Avada Kedavra. Tonks dodges. Barely. Sirius intercepts. Leave my cousin alone, Bella. They duel. Sirius and Bellatrix, cousins, enemies. The Veil Chamber. They fight near the archway, Death's Gateway. Bellatrix stumbles. Sirius has an opening. He hesitates. Family, even now. Remus doesn't hesitate. Stupefy. Bellatrix falls. Unconscious. Sirius stares at her. I couldn't do it. I couldn't kill family. You didn't have to. We're not like them. The Death Eaters retreat. Defeated. Captured. Voldemort arrives. Too late. Dumbledore is there. Waiting. They duel. The atrium. Spectacular. Terrifying. Ministry employees witness. Undeniable proof. Voldemort escapes. Deliberately. Theatrically. His return is now public. Cornelius Fudge sees. Goes pale. He's back. You know who is back. He resigns. Disgraced. Rufus Scrimgeour becomes minister. The war is official. Summer 1996 through spring 1998. Compressed. The Order operates openly. Coordinating resistance, the final Horcruxes are hunted. Nagini remains, always with Voldemort. Can't be approached until the final battle. Harry remains, the piece in his scar. Must be dealt with. Dumbledore researches the theory Hermione proposed. Temporary death. Return. It's possible, he concludes, if you willingly sacrifice yourself. If you don't fight back, the killing curse might destroy only the Horcrux, not you. But I believe it will work. Harry accepts this, prepares mentally. Meanwhile, Voldemort takes the Ministry, controls Britain, Death Eaters everywhere, Muggleborns hunted, blood traders imprisoned. Hogwarts is the last stronghold. Snape is headmaster, still loyal to Dumbledore. Deep cover, playing both sides. May 1998. The final battle approaches. Voldemort plans an assault. Full army. Overwhelming force. The Order prepares. Dumbledore coordinates. We evacuate younger students, defend the castle, hold as long as possible. We need to kill Nagini first, Hermione insists. While Voldemort attacks, his focus is divided. That's when we strike. Who kills the snake? I will. You're 18. I'm ready. I've trained. I can do this. Dumbledore considers, then nods. The Sword of Gryffindor. Use it well. May 2nd, 1998. The Battle of Hogwarts. Voldemort's army attacks. Death Eaters. Giants, Acromantulas, Dementors. The defenses hold. Barely. Order members fight alongside students and staff. Tonks leads Aurors. Coordinated tactics. Disciplined fire. Remus coordinates werewolf defense. Friendly werewolves opposed to Greyback. Sirius fights in Animagus form. Fast. Deadly. Harry and Hermione lead strike teams. Students from the DA. Neville hunts Nagini. Stalking. Patient. He finds her, guarding Voldemort's position. He strikes. Sword of Gryffindor. Clean cut. Beheads the snake. Nagini dies. Voldemort screams. Feels the Horcrux die. No. He's mortal now. Truly mortal. Harry knows. The scar connection shows him. It's time. He goes to the Forbidden Forest. Hermione insists on coming. We're a team, always. They find Voldemort, waiting. Harry Potter, come to die. Come to finish this. Voldemort raises his wand. Avada Kedavra. The curse flies. Green light. Hermione starts to shield, but Harry stops her. No. I have to take it. Trust me. The curse hits Harry. He falls. Enters limbo. A white space. King's Cross Station. Familiar. Dumbledore is there. His echo. Hello, Harry. Am I dead? Not quite. The Horcrux is destroyed. You're free. But you can return if you choose. I choose to return. Then go. Finish this. Alive. Voldemort believes him dead. Turns to the defenders. Harry rises. I'm not dead, and you're not immortal. The final duel, Harry and Hermione versus Voldemort. They don't fight fair. They fight smart. Hermione creates distractions, blinding hexes, shield breaks, keeping Voldemort off balance. Harry presses the attack. Every lesson from Remus Tonks. Sirius applied. Voldemort is powerful, skilled, but alone. Harry and Hermione are a unit. Voldemort casts Avada Kedavra. Harry casts Expelliarmus. The spells meet, priori incantatem, again. But this time Voldemort has no Horcruxes, no anchors. The curse rebounds. Hits Voldemort, he dies. Truly, finally, completely. The battle ends. Voldemort is dead. Death Eaters are captured. Rounded up. Trials begin. The wizarding world is free. But scarred. Funerals. Memorials. Rebuilding. The Tonks household survives intact. Andromeda, Ted, Tonks, Remus, Sirius, Harry, Hermione, all alive. They sit together, exhausted, relieved. It's over, Harry says. Not quite, Dumbledore replies. Visiting, we must rebuild, create a better world, one worthy of those who fought. What happens now? Hermione asks. Now we heal, we learn, we prevent this from happening again. Epilogue, 2003. 5 years later, Harry Potter is head Auror. 23 years old, youngest ever appointed. Hermione Granger is Minister for Magic. 24, first Muggleborn minister. They work together, reforming the wizarding world. Werewolf rights legislation passed. Remus helped draft it. Muggleborn protection laws enforced. No more discrimination. Auror training reformed. Tonks helped redesign it. More tactical, more effective. The Tonks household remains central. Remus and Tonks married. 2001. They have a son, Teddy Lupin. Harry is godfather. Officially, joyfully Sirius lives freely, mentoring young Aurors. Finally, at peace. Andromeda and Ted, grandparents, proud, happy. September 2019, King's Cross Station. Harry and Hermione, both 39, graying slightly, confident. Their children board the Hogwarts Express. James Potter, Albus Potter, Lily Potter, Rose Granger Weasley, Hugo Granger Weasley. Hermione married Ron eventually. 2005, mutual respect became love. The children are excited, nervous, ready. Do you think they'll be all right? Hermione asks. Harry watches them. They're being raised by us. They'll be more than all right. Remus appears, older, gray, still strong. Another generation, off to Hogwarts. Teddy's already there. 6th year, he'll watch out for them, just like Tonks watched out for you. Exactly. The train departs. They wave. Tonks joins them. Auror captain now. Successful, respected. The pack endures, she says. The pack endures, they echo. Final scene. The family gathers. Thanksgiving dinner. Andromeda and Ted. Elderly, healthy, surrounded by children and grandchildren. Remus and Tonks. Teddy between them. Sirius, never married, but never alone. Family is enough. Harry and Ginny, they married in 2007. Strong partnership, Hermione and Ron. Unexpected but perfect. The table is full, loud, chaotic, happy, they eat. Talk, laugh, stories of the past. Plans for the future, Harry looks around. This family, chosen, built, protected. We did it, he says quietly. Hermione hears, smiles. We survived. More than survived, we thrived. Remus raises a glass. To family, to pack, to the bonds that make us strong. They toast. The camera pulls back, showing the house. Warm, lit from within. A family, forged in fire, bound by love. The wolf and the hawk. The guardian and the strategist. The pack that endured. Let us know what you'd like to see next. The end.